Ayo, what's up, bitches? So Metaphor ReFantazio came out in 2024, and this was the last game I meant to review in 2024. It's a long-ass game, okay? So I'm gonna keep it a buck. This game is basically Persona in a traditional fantasy setting, and that is not a bad thing. As someone who is a fan of the Persona games, this game takes all the best elements from the Persona games and showcases it in such a beautiful and heart-wrenching story. So in this game, you play as this guy. He has a name, but that would kind of be a spoiler. So this guy and his fairy companion Gallica were given a task to hunt down and kill this powerful noble named Dio Griffith Count Luis. And the reason why they have to kill this man is because the current king was recently assassinated by Luis, and the heir to the throne, the prince, was cursed with powerful magic, leaving him in a deep slumber. This was also done by Luis. If it hasn't been clear enough, Luis, I think is the main villain of the game. I'm not sure. So now the hero's goal is to take down Luis with the help of his new companions and find the cure to save the prince. So the story is tragically phenomenal. They really get into heavy topics like politics and xenophobia, but unlike Life is Strange 2, they actually have good writers.
Just let me go, please.
You're the reason we need to build that wall.
The writing is so intelligent in this game. Metaphor does such a great job articulating its themes on social issues because it's told in a metaphor. That's the name of the game! They put so much detail into the world and the characters that live there, developing this beautifully tragic story that asks the question, how can we truly change society? It's not a question that's in your face because the question is asked through the amazing cast of characters in this game. Now, I don't want to talk too much about the party members because that would go into spoiler territory, but I have to talk about the first three members you get in the game: Stroll, Huckenberg, and Heisme. Stroll is such a phenomenal character and is honestly the actual leader of the party. I'm serious, this man comes up with the majority of plans in this game. He is your right-hand man, and out of every character, I feel like him and the protagonist had the strongest bond in this game.
It looks great.
Come now, they're offering us fine hospitality. 'Tis only right that we graciously savor it.
Yes, absolutely right. I'll be cheering you on. And, I'll see to the funeral plans.
Huckenberg took me forever to say her name right. She is a stern knight with a resting bitch face that could kill even the strongest men, but ended up being a lot more charming than I expected her to be.
Even Hulkenberg wouldn't eat you!
Gasp! Rejected by Hulkenberg! The ravenous, all-devouring she-beast of the Knight's Order!
Is this what we've come to? Saying whatever's on our minds? Well, so be it.
Gallica, the sound of your wings keeps me up at night. Stroll, you think you're so smart.
She is such a fun character, and the times where she does smile it just warms my cold black heart. And Heisme is my favorite character. I don't want to go into spoilers, but he is such a complex and tragic character.
Back where I grew up, there was nobody like you lot. Just you, Jeeves. We've never been accepted by other tribes, and 'tis no mystery why. We're nocturnal, we look worlds apart, and there's so few of us. Not enough for any political sway. Our elders only ever thought of short-term alliances, loyalties changeable as the wind. We relied on their power, not ours, and resigned ourselves to that. Oh, I loathed it. Even as a child.
The chapter where we meet him is honest to God one of my favorite chapters in the entire game. It's crazy how Metaphor got away with a T rating when there are more dark and gruesome moments in this game compared to any of the Persona games. Even the bonds in this game, which are basically the social links of Metaphor, have such a melancholy vibe to them. Some of the characters don't even get happy endings, which was shocking to me, but it honestly made the characters and the world feel more real because of it. Now, I will say, I do feel kind of spoiled because in Persona 3 Reload, the social links are all voice acted, and in Metaphor, only the first and last ranks are voiced. Now, I don't mind reading, but when the voice acting in this game is top tier, you lose a lot of weight in the dialogue when you can't hear the characters. You cannot give me a character like Heisme and not give me his majestic voice in his social link.
Ah! Enough! Stop this inferno thing!
I hope to God that in the next game Atlus makes, that the social links are all fully voiced from this point on. And with that being said, I do have one character complaint, and some of you might think I'm joking when I say this, but I'm not. For all of the new players out there that want to give Metaphor a chance, I'm gonna shatter your dreams early because I don't want any of you to have expectations like I did. Katharina does not join the party.
I know we're both serious about this. That's why I trained hard. I mean really hard to get myself ready. I swear I'll win and then make all of you my allies. That way we can pave the way to a brighter future together.
I have never felt more blueballed in a JRPG than when they introduced this character and not have her be playable. I straight up thought that she was going to be the fourth party member in this game. And even when she wasn't, I still believed that she was going to eventually join the group. But no, she's just a follower.
I don't know if we'll cross paths like this again, but if you're ever in trouble, I'll be there. That's a promise.
Listen, I don't usually bitch about characters not being party members in a video game, especially the Persona games, but I genuinely feel like the writers made a mistake not adding her to the party. Listen, I understand why they didn't do it, but they should have written it in a way where they could have done it. You don't understand, she was perfect for the party dynamic. The amount of scenes we could have had with her and Hockenberg is criminal. You took that away from me. Okay, with that rant, whatever you want to call it, out of the way, let's get into the gameplay. As I said in the beginning of the video, this game takes all the best elements of the Persona games, and you can clearly see that in the gameplay. The calendar system, the daily task around town that helps rank up one of your 5 stats, but most importantly, the dungeon exploration, and the turn-based combat. The personas in this game are in the form of archetypes. Each archetype has their own special abilities, and you can synergize with a party member to do team attacks as well. And these are the best abilities in the game. All of the matches I won in the late game were all due to synergized attacks. I'm not gonna lie, guys. This game is hard. I'm not gonna act like I'm the best at turn-based combat. I mean, I died a good amount of times in Persona 5 as well. But in Metaphor, I died way more than any Persona game. Maybe even combined. Because right out the gate, they do not hold their punches and they never stop.
Wind.
Let's see if he's weak. Resistant. Oh, the opposite. The literal opposite. That much? That is ridiculous. Okay. Okay. Didn't expect that. But with all of that said, this game is freaking beautiful. I now understand why this game won Best Art Direction. Because it fucking deserved it. Atlus has been the king of style for over a decade now, and they do not hold back in Metaphor. From the unique amount of different races in this game to the human monsters you have to fight, even in a traditional fantasy setting, Atlus once again proves why they're the benchmark when it comes to style in video games. Though, while the soundtrack is really good, I'm gonna be honest, it's not really my cup of tea. Now, there are some really good tracks in the game. I'm just extremely biased to the Persona soundtracks because They are some of my favorite soundtracks of all time. But with all that said, Metaphor ReFantazio gave us an amazing story, amazing characters, and some of the best character designs in 2024. So with all that said, my final verdict for Metaphor ReFantazio is the golden seal of approval.